Connecticut is in the process of possibly laying the legal framework for police to deploy lethal weapons on drones, and they're doing it presumably by stopping people from putting lethal weapons on drones. So there's this bill that just got out of committee, went to the Connecticut House of Representatives, and it bars people from putting lethal weapons on drones, but specifically says that the police are exempt from this. Now understand that at present, police can't simply put a shotgun on a drone. And so it seems odd that considering they can't do it, they would put in this exception. And a lot of people are very concerned that this means that at some point they might want to do it. Now the State Police Officer Standards and Training Council would still have to approve new rules and train officers before they could use weaponized drones. So that'll slow them down by a couple months. So that's true. And right now, North Dakota is the only state that allows police to use weaponized drones, but currently limits it to less lethal weapons such as stun guns, which only kill hundreds of people a decade. But that doesn't mean that at some point you might not see grenade launchers, shotguns and things like that. There are ground deployed drones currently that the military uses that have weapons like that. And so it's not crazy to think that this could be the case. Now, why are they even discussing this in the first place? Well, we actually showed a video, I believe last year. There's a man in Clinton, Connecticut who put up YouTube videos of a drone that he had mounted a gun on and flamethrowers. And so it is a concern in Connecticut, that's true. But a lot of people are worried about this being the next big thing for police. Because think about it. You send police into a dangerous situation, that's scary. The police could be shot, it could be a big problem. But if you have a couple of shotguns mounted on some flying drone, have at it, just send it in. What does it matter? If it gets shot down, you get a grant to buy another one. And so you might see a rise in a willingness to engage and use lethal force.
So I think that the concerns regarding police getting their hands on this type of technology and then abusing it are legitimate concerns, and I have no doubt that it will be a problem in the future. But with that said, I guess I'm feeling a little cheery today, so let's talk about some of the potential upsides. So what if you're dealing with a hostage situation, right? A weaponized drone might be a decent way, maybe, possibly, to handle that situation. I don't know, but there could potentially be some upsides to this technology, but I just want to let you guys know, get ready, it's gonna happen. This is speculation, but I think it's an educated guess.
Yeah, so I agree with a lot of what Anna's saying. With anything, it's not a black and white issue. There's of course upsides and downsides. If cops aren't gonna get hurt while they're controlling a certain situation, that's an upside, of course, that's great. Now the downside is they're gonna, since no one is a potential danger, which is a good thing, the downside is gonna be that they're gonna be less reluctant to use it. So they might wind up using force more, because I mean, what difference does it make? There's no downside to them. Nobody has the potential of getting hurt on their side. So we use the drones a little bit more. And so, but I agree with Anna too that it's inevitable.
It is more than likely inevitable.
Yeah, and look, sometimes we over-focus on the drone itself. All it is a tool. And the question is, what kind of force should police be allowed to use against citizens?
Yes.
That's the real heart of the issue, whether it's a cop doing it, it's a drone doing it, a horse doing it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yes, it is a tool that they will want to play with. And once you have the stun guns and the drones, the shock and awe from there.
I guess more of my concern lies with our representatives and politicians, whether it be on a local level or a federal level, in terms of like what kind of legislation or policies they plan on passing or drafting to deal with advancements in technology like this. Like we're totally behind the wheel, not behind the wheel.
Behind the curve?
Yeah, sure, behind the curve when it comes to things related to the internet, for instance, right? And internet security and all that stuff. Let's not be, behind when it comes to this particular issue. If we're gonna have weaponized drones, then let's have members of Congress, or at least our local politicians, act to draft policy that makes sense in dealing with it.
Yeah, look, I love technology and I do think it's inevitable. I watch movies too. My fear is there's been a lot of new technology given to police departments in the past decade or two. I mean, the mine-resistant, ambush-proof vehicles and stuff like that. They are horny to use this stuff. I mean, we've seen it. Yeah. They just can't wait. As soon as they get something shiny and cool looking, they want to find an opportunity. It's like they say, if all you have is a hammer, you see a lot of nails all over the place. And I think they're going to see a lot of things that a weaponized drone is the solution for.
Well, to be fair, John, I mean, you remember all those mines that common criminals have planted throughout the country? Oh, right, almost none that I've ever heard of in the last decade. Right?
I was vocally against the people of Ferguson laying mines in the middle of their roads.
So this is the problem with militarizing the police.
Yes.
And the more military-style weapons we give them, certainly the more likely they are to use them.
Exactly.
Which is a problem no matter where you stand on the political spectrum.
Yeah.
Because if you think they won't use it against you, well,
wait till you see the drone coming.
Yeah, I mean, this would only be a problem. I mean, if there was a history of them misusing stuff.
Yeah, look at our archives.
Our reporter Jordan Chatton broke the Donna Brazil story. He was right, she just apologized for it. Help us get more reporters like that. You're the one responsible for that. Thank you, and let's do more right now at tytnetwork.com/go.